Good morning from the Universal Orlando parking garage, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Tim, we were watching a series on the cruise that you're on. It was a long cruise. What's going on? That's true. The cruise series is still going to continue, but I also wanted to put in some videos from around town as we lead up to Halloween. So I didn't want to leave you guys with just cruise videos when we've got so much going on around Orlando leading up to the Halloween season. There will be a few of these videos interspersed into the cruise series, but the cruise series will continue. So we're here at Universal Orlando today because Halloween Horror Nights is fast approaching. The premium Scream Night, which is kind of like a separately ticketed event that happens before the opening of Halloween Horror Nights, is on the 28th of August. The 29th is the very first day of Halloween Horror Nights. It's coming up very quick. Today is August 8th, so we got 20 days until Halloween Horror Nights, and they have done a lot around the park as far as preparation goes. So we're gonna go inside, have a look around at the scare zones, see what they've done, see what sort of things they've added. There's also been a few houses that you and I haven't talked about that have been released. I'm excited. I'm excited for the day because I'm excited for Halloween Horror Nights this year. I think it's gonna be a really good year. So let's head inside. Looks like it's gonna be a very busy day. It is early right now. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning, so I think that a lot of people are just arriving. I did also want to mention this thing around my neck. It's like a neck fan, but it has these little pads on it that are supposed to keep me cooler throughout the day. Like they're little semiconductors that cool you down. They get cold on your neck. It was very expensive. It was around $200, I think. So I am trying this. I don't know if it works or not. I'm not recommending it just yet because it's very expensive. The thing that I do recommend so far as keeping cool, the hat, I'm not wearing the hat today so that I could try this thing. And then the belt fan. This big belt fan has really helped me out through these hot days. So it's not as hot today. It's only 79 degrees outside right now, but it is supposed to get up to 88 today. So we'll keep you posted. Right now it's not turned on at all, but I'm gonna try it. Once I start to feel a little bit hotter, I'll turn it on. Because I also don't know how it's gonna interact with the microphone or anything like that. I just saw that Kevin Heimbeck wears one of these all the time, and so I thought, I'll give it a try. He wears it all the time. Maybe it actually works. We're gonna try it. First stop, the Universal Studios store in City Walk. So I wanted to come in here and see if they had anything for Halloween Horror Nights yet. It looks like they're still focusing on Jurassic World Rebirth, as well as the new How to Train Your Dragon. I also wanted to give you guys a look at some of the Earth movement work that they're doing over here by Rip Ride Rockit. And Rip Ride Rocket's last day is approaching fast. Next Sunday, the 17th, is the last day to ride Rip Ride Rockit. So the skyline of Universal Orlando will be forever different, starting very soon. All right, so I have officially turned on the neck fan. It's about 10 o'clock. We'll see how long it lasts. Right now, it is cooling me off dramatically, right away. This thing on my neck, it feels like one of those coolie towels, but it's getting colder, it's staying cold as I go, whereas the coolie towel heats up a little bit as you go throughout the day, and then you have to refresh it with some water. So as we come up to the Universal Studios front entrance and the arches, not seeing any medallions yet, but you can see they have run a wire up the side of the main arch here. So there is going to be something happening up there. I gotta check and see if these white lights are new here. You can also see that back there, they have started adding in the main entrance for the opening ceremonies and the beginning of the very first scare zone. So I just looked, and these white lights up here are not new. They've been there. Like I said, that cord running up the side there is new, so we will be seeing something arriving soon at the arches. So as we're walking up to the turnstiles, you can see they've added some truss work out here by the gates, which is new for this year. I don't think they've ever had anything this far out. Normally, it's back there a little bit further into the park between those two palm trees, which you can see they have some truss work back there as well. You can see they've also added some electrical breakout boxes here in order to power whatever they're gonna put on this truss work. Because over here, they just run it off the building over here. So this little area right here will be for the Scare Zone Origins of Horror, which will be sort of the main theme of Halloween Horror Nights. Enter a decaying conservatory of twisted vines where artists carve tributes to Halloween Horror Nights 34. You'll encounter monstrous crows, gargoyles, and more. Oh, I like that there was a crow flying by when I said all that. That's fun. So yeah, you can see they're starting to put together the decaying conservatory theme here with the gate. And this will also be a stage for somebody greeting you and beckoning you forward into Halloween Horror Nights. And here's something interesting for this year. This Scare Zone, Origins of Horror, is continuing into the area between Despicable Me Minion Mayhem and Minion Blast, which didn't happen last year, which we chalked up to VillainCon Minion Blast being new last year, being a new attraction. And so now we will have this whole new section here. See, they've already got fog machines in place, and we've already got some of the decaying conservatory feel happening already. So I know that nobody's gonna be standing on top of this, but I'm wondering what else they're gonna put here. Maybe some sort of a statue or something. Maybe statues for each house. How many of them are there? There's only 4 of them. Maybe statues for each scare zone? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see as more and more construction happens around the park. And for the most part, all 4 of them look very similar to each other in design and in feel. Oh, but this last one still has a pedestal here too. So there could be 5 different pedestals. We'll have to wait and see what happens and what turns up as time draws nearer and nearer to Halloween Horror Nights. Like we said, August 17th, last day for Rip Ride Rockit. We'll ride it one more time before it closes, but I don't think I'm really gonna miss this roller coaster. We didn't ever really ride it very often. So just to kind of keep this in my mind, the way that I want to walk through the park, I'm heading back to the front of this scare zone here, and I'm gonna turn into the Hollywood section of the park. We are heading into the Masquerade Dance with Death scare zone section. We're invited to a masquerade ball where bloodthirsty vampires lurk behind ornate disguises. When their masks fall off, you become their prey. A lot of stuff going on here. A lot of set pieces. Still keeping kind of with the decaying conservatory theme. You can see these different set pieces here give that sort of vibe as well, being overrun with vines and things like that. And anytime that you see any sort of something being covered with a tarp during the day, that usually, you know, like shows some sort of gore or something that maybe regular day guests might not want to see. Some sort of, you know, mannequin or something up here that's not doing so good. We can also see a foot trigger back there, so we know that there will be a scare actor up on this stage, and the foot trigger is used to set off some sort of effect, noise, lighting effect, something that will interact with the set pieces that we have here. That even could be like sprays of water for blood effects or something like that. So when you're up here or you're coming through Halloween Horror Nights, if you're a little bit frightened, be sure to look for they're not gonna be well lit during the night, but see if you can see the foot pedals so you know that whatever effect is happening is just pretend. I'm also noticing that the animals on the stained glass behind them are different on each set piece. So I would look for maybe this Masquerade's character mask to be kind of like a crow or a raven or something like that. And then as we turn around, this one right here will probably be a cat. And I can also tell by the fact that the design is a little bit shinier here on the teeth and the whiskers and the claws. Those will probably have a lighting effect with them that'll light up a little bit more whenever the foot trigger is activated. I also like when we see a small set piece like this that's covered, because we know that that'll probably be something really interesting. And you can also see the wire running down the center back here that leads to the foot pedal like I was talking about with the other one. I do also want to say this thing is like sort of working, but not really. Like it is keeping me slightly cooler, but it's still hot. Still really hot out here. I think the hat would have done a better job of keeping me cool than this thing did. Hat, a lot cheaper than this thing. Oh, okay, so this one is not necessarily an animal, but rather gargoyles or demons? Interesting. And I like this little like champagne tower that they've got going on here, because I feel like they'll rig this up so that maybe it's dripping down. I don't know, maybe this is just the way that it already looks. But I'm interested to see what this looks like at night in its full form, because you can see they still have some stuff to add to the top here with that threaded rod. And then the foot pedal over there has not been fully installed. Oh, you got 2 foot pedals here. So you could have 2 actors up here or 2 different effects that happen depending on which foot pedal they hit. I did want to head into the Five and Dime because we did get a couple of house reveals when we were gone. We got Five Nights at Freddy's is going to be a full house here at Halloween Horror Nights. And we also found out that the Wyatt 6, a WWE house, will be a full house while we were gone. And you've got The Fiend from the Horrors of the Wyatt 6. So you can see they have completed the photo frame with Fallout, Jason, Art the Clown, Five Nights at Freddy's, and The Fiend from the Horrors of the Wyatt 6. So you can get all of these now. Five Nights at Freddy's was the last one. They also have shirts available for Halloween Horror Nights and Five Nights at Freddy's. And these shirts are $33. Well, this one's interesting. For the Horrors of the Wyatt 6, it's a long sleeve shirt. And this one is $40, long sleeve shirt there. I also have some patches for Five Nights at Freddy's in here, and these are $18. They're peel and stick or sew on patches. Got a Freddy Fazbear's pizza place. I like that it's like half bleached on the top, make it look like old stock. For $20, they also have a pass kind of security badge for Fazbear Entertainment, and you could put your annual pass in there, or maybe your Halloween Horror Nights thing in there, and then attach it to your belt, and then it is a, I don't even know what you call these things, like a retractable badge holder. Also have a lot of new Little Boo merch with the gargoyles and the vines. I like this lenticular too, where it's like wherever you see it or walk past it, they'll open or close their eyes. A little kind of like a keychain type thing, a wrist strap for your keys. And then another one of those retractable badge holders. Realm of the Pumpkin. Oh, that's fun. There's also a Little Boo bag, like a backpack bag here. Oh, it says, oh, I dropped it. This says Little Boo on the back side of it. That's fun. And then a Little Boo scented candle. A lot of Mel's Die-In merch. These are fun. We are dying to serve you. Oh, like a little, this is fun. That's really fun. A little snow globe. Good tunes, great food. We're dying to serve you. Mel's Die-In. A little zombie action going on here. Oh, a zombie Mel's Die-In backpack. Huh. A Mel's Die-In shirt that glows in the dark. 600 Universal Boulevard, Orlando, Florida. Mel's Die-In. We are dying to serve you. This is $33. Also a Halloween Horror Nights pin with a gargoyle. I'm wondering if the gargoyle might be the icon of this year, because we're kind of seeing this on a lot of stuff. This one is $35. We're starting to get this decaying observatory theme really cemented in now with the merch. Well, we just came out of the Five and Dime and we noticed one last set piece here with a bat for the Masquerade Scare Zone here in Hollywood. So we don't have a lot of information on it yet, but we do know that Mel's Drive-In during Halloween Horror Nights turns into Mel's Die-In. And this is the first year that they're going to have activations here at Mel's. So we know that there's going to be zombie bellhops, possibly themed food, maybe a few other things like lurking around Mel's Die-In, but we're still waiting for the full reveal on what's coming to Mel's Die-In. We do know zombie bellhops though, which will be pretty fun. So what was previously a Megan photo op is now a Halloween Horror Nights photo op here in front of the Horror and Makeup Show. As we're heading a little bit further into the park, we're coming up to Central Park, and then we did find out that there's also going to be a lagoon show here during Halloween Horror Nights. So as we head into Central Park, you can see right here is the lagoon, and you can see all the spouts for the water, the fountain shows. And this will be a fountain show called Hauntophonic, A Ghoulish Journey. A ghost story is rising from its watery grave to haunt Universal Studios Lagoon, featuring towering water screens and eerie music. All of these, you can see these, like these fans right here, those black things right here, will turn into water screens that the projectors will project things on, images, scary images, spooky things, huge fountains. Should be pretty interesting to watch. We'll come and watch it during Halloween Horror Nights. Also, I do not come into Central Park very often. I didn't realize that they moved the Lou Wasserman statue over here. So Lou Wasserman was a Hollywood mogul that rose to be the president of MCA Pictures, but then when MCA overtook Universal, he became the president of Universal Pictures too. So he has a place in Universal history, Universal Pictures history. That's why there's a statue of him here. But the statue used to be over there in the New York section of the park. And like I said, I didn't realize that they moved it from the New York section of the park over to here. It was kind of getting in the way of the parade route, so that's, I'm sure, why they moved it, but I never knew that it got moved. I also wanted to point out that we have this archway leading into Battery Park, and inside of Battery Park, we got some loud music. We kind of have some spotlights and some TVs. In years past, this has been kind of like a photo op location where they will have various characters from the houses or from the scare zones here where you can take selfies with them and things like that. So we kind of showed you this area over here, Battery Park. Central Park is where the lagoon show is going to be, and then the Central Park walkway is where the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane scare zone is going to be. Oh, okay, so there's kind of a lot of props in this scare zone. I like that we've got something here that says 9 Crooked Lane. Is this more, no, I was gonna say, is this more corn? It's not. It looks similar to corn though, doesn't it? Okay, we're getting some like retro vibes here from the scare zone, a muddy old skateboard. I like this ghosty plush here. Some old school toys out here. So the idea behind this scare zone, this is fun. I like this a lot. I like the vibes in here. Travel down a spooky winding path to a mysterious home where trick-or-treaters are transformed into feral felines. Be careful or you'll be next. Oh, they got their mask on there too. A lot of mud. Like these kids really trekked through the mud to get down here. Deep in a forest on Halloween night, the trick-or-treaters follow moonlight The naughty children that dare to explore the old crooked lane along the forest floor. Cat eyes and pumpkins line the dim trail to the cat lady's house, so withered and frail. And then we've got lots of pumpkins in the trees. More, oh, I like these little like pajamas over here. Halloween cool dude pajamas. Look at those. Where do I buy those? I want to just get them for Jackson. They look awesome. Oh, somebody lost a shoe. Oh dear. Oh no, somebody lost a hungry hippo type toy and a gnome and their silly guy glasses on their tricycle. This is fun. I like this. And then we get to page 2 over here. The cat lady of Crooked Lane stands on her stoop, stirring her cauldron of special soup. She's not a witch, the children all say, as she pets her cats of orange, black, and gray. She lifts her ladle and offers a taste. They drink it all down, not a drop goes to waste. And I did want to point out, this is page 2, and then we kind of have to turn back around and head back over there for page 3. Just showing off some more of the retro toys. I feel like these would be really fun to shop for. Oh, full of candy. He's got a whole thing full of candy there. What's all this stuff? Oh, it's like candy string of some sort? I don't know what this is, like blue and like rainbow colored stuff. Oh, here we go. The potion sets in, turning hands into claws. The long feline teeth protrude from their jaws. The children all scream as they become beasts and now hunt their friends to add to the feast. The moral of the story, and it should be plain, never trust the cat lady of Old Crooked Lane. I like this little like worm guy going on over here. Like a worm guy chair bike looking thing. Okay, so I think that it does go page 1, page 2, and then depending on which way you're walking through, there's page 3 right there. So it can be in order, it's just 3 pages, but on the back of each one, it starts over again. So if you're walking through from this side, back side of this one is page 1, back side of this one to page 2, and the back side of that one's page 3. If you're coming the other way, it reverses page 1, page 2, page 3, so you can read the story as you come through. I feel like we're getting 80s vibes out of this, right? Am I off in thinking that? I'm feeling 80s vibes. Also a turtle shell. Like an actual turtle shell right there. A lot of stuff in here, like, oh, okay, we're like big yarn balls. Oh, hair, like for the cats. Oh, I'm getting it now. Starting to make connections here. Cats with milk and yarn. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Oh, heck yeah, I had one of these when I was a kid. I like that you can get retro vibes out of a Little Tikes Cozy Coop, but like we have a brand new one of these at the house, but there are like older versions of it from the 70s or 80s. So it's like a timeless toy. Some spilled candy from the kids, a half-eaten chocolate bar there. What else? A lot of mud, because you had to go down a muddy old lane to get back here and find this stuff. And there's some big yarn balls up in the trees too, with the pumpkins up there. So far, nobody has found Lil Boo that I've seen online. Some more milk bottles back here. Yeah. Oh, and then like a lot of yarn back here for the cats. Because as we make it to the end of the scare zone, we come across the cat lady's house here at the very end. This is the first time in my memory that this scare zone has extended back towards animal actors. Normally we would have food booths back here. Now we've got a lot more set pieces for this scare zone. I'm interested to find out what's going on here. I like this is sort of like more of the decaying conservatory feel, right? But with cat toys and milk and huge balls of yarn. This is the thing, are we able to like walk through this during the event? I like that, that's fun. Yeah, because there's like a boot hole in here. There's a few of them. Oh, that's interesting. Big cat toys. Huh, I like this little area here. This is nice and cool. I like that there's another addition to the scare zone. And then if we come through here, we can see the cat lady's house. You can see there's her cauldron. Got lots of interesting set pieces here, roller skates and more toys from kids that have ventured back here. Here's her house. I like that they built an entire house out here. More bikes, more Halloween props. Another little area that she can hang out. And then kind of looks like it'll be a grave that she's digging. Maybe a kid is trying to pop out of here, another scare, not an actual kid, an adult actor dressed as a child jumping out of there. I like that they added this dead tree here. A little bit more ambiance. Give you guys an overall view of this. Man, I'm excited for this scare zone. It looks like it's gonna be cool. Doc Brown taking photos with people. Oh yeah, he says he's got a cranium like Strickland. Just off to the side of the cat lady's house. With a step and repeat here for bad guys too. Just noticing a little tiny window in the top of, oh, it's a cat door. That's really interesting. That is fully a cat door. Now here's the question. This is the cat lady's house, and this is animal actors. Like, they couldn't, could they? Or could they? Do you think there will be cats at this house, like actual cats? It's also interesting that they added like full detail to the inside of this cottage. Like there's no door. Well, there is a door, hold on. There's a door in the front, so when she opens it, you'll be able to see a little bit inside, so they had to finish some of the interior areas. I'm kind of like looking through and trying to look inside where that cat door is, and I feel like it's blocked by the truss work, but like, it's a cat, you know? Man, it would be wild if they did that. Something else that we noticed over here in this little section that we walked through just next to the cat lady's house is this giant hairball down here that the cat children have coughed up. I want to say it's 11:30 now. Been here for an hour and a half. This thing is still cooling and the fans are still blowing. So like the little panels here are still cold on my neck. So I guess it is helping a little bit. Not as much as I would like for it to help. They advertise it as like a neck air conditioner. I don't know if I would call it that. I would call it like a high-end neck fan. Well, the bridge construction is moving right along. I have a feeling this will be back up and operational before Halloween Horror Nights. Still making our way around the park, heading back towards the old Fear Factor stage. We did finally get the announcement for Nightmare Fuel, which will be returning this year as Nightmare Fuel Circus of Decay. This once vibrant circus has festered into an unending nightmare. It's a sinister spectacle of pyro, aerialist, and illusion. I will say I am excited for Nightmare Fuel because it is a fantastic show every year. It's different every year. There's illusions, there's dancing, there's pyro. It's gonna be good. When we say illusions, like magic tricks almost. Or illusions. On the other side of the bridge that we were looking at that has the construction just outside of Diagon Alley or of the London waterfront, we do have a food booth here. And this one seems to be just like generic, you know, it could be the Wyatt 6 because of the lanterns and stuff like that, but it also has the vines, which are the normal Halloween Horror Nights for this year vibe. So we'll have to wait and see what this one ends up being. So as far as Diagon Alley goes, there will be Death Eaters during Halloween Horror Nights in there, but there's not going to be anything else happening outside in this area. They keep it just the London waterfront, no other decorations. Sometimes they put like spooky lights up there, but for the most part, just the London waterfront. Uh-oh, watch out everybody. It's a cool zone. Just chill out in the cool zone. This one fan right here. And then as far as the San Francisco section goes, I think that this will be another one of their kind of like street areas here. So we talked about the Mel's Dine thing. So Mel's Dine is what they consider a street experience. And then they also list something called Club Horror. And that's what I'm thinking this is. A DJ in here, kind of like a spooky themed DJ for a nightclub type thing. A lot of dancing type vibes over here. We'll see how this turns out. I'm interested to see. This is something that they've never done before. This will be a whole new thing happening over here. Just on another update on this neck fan thing. It's about 1150. It's at 20% the battery is, so I think it's probably gonna end up running about 2 hours, which is not very good, but that's okay. I thought there was a dead snake here. It's just like a piece of leaf or something. But yeah, the fan is doing okay. Like I said, just about 2 hours is what it seems like it's gonna be running. So we're heading into the New York section of the park, and you can see there are a lot of set pieces out here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of go around and come in from the front. Because although you can go through it from any angle or from any direction, hey, how's it going? I prefer to head through from the front direction, coming from the front of the park. I just think that the scare zone flows better that way, and I feel like that's the way that they designed the scare zone. As I was walking towards the front of that scare zone, I was passing by Boris Schuster's office, private investigator who has a part in Halloween Horror Nights history, and there is some new stuff on his bulletin board back there. Pretty hard to see from down here. but there's some new things in Boris Schuster's office. So the first idol that was in Museum of Antiquities then led over to the rotting stone at the Museum of Deadly Exhibits, which was a Halloween Horror Nights house at HHN 33. I'm thinking that maybe these other 6 idols maybe be pointing to other houses at Halloween Horror Nights, and we will get more information on that when the tribute store opens, because there will be more of a storyline in there about these cursed objects. So before we even get into the scare zone, we can see that there are some food booths out here. I'll get a closer look at these, but Fallout, Wyatt 6, Terrifier with Art the Clown food booth. So the Clown Cafe is in reference to Terrifier 2, the beginning of Terrifier 2. It's a scene sort of like a kid's commercial, like leading into a kid's commercial almost. There's a lot of sweets in the scene, so we're thinking that maybe this will be like a dessert themed area, or like maybe like a candy themed booth. Something with sweets in it, that's what my hunch is. The premium Scream Night that's happening on the 28th is unlimited food and drink, and that includes the food at the food booths. So if you come to that event, you'll be able to try all kinds of different food. I did also want to point out that the area here at Gramercy Park was behind Scrims the last time we were here. Now it's wide open. And so the scare zone in the New York section of the park is Mutations Toxic 20s. In a bustling 1920s neighborhood, a BuzzCon truck with radioactive cargo crashes into a mobster getaway car, sending the city into a toxic pandemonium. It mutates everyone in its path, including you. I feel like it's kind of backwards, right? Did they back into it? Maybe they backed into the mobster truck. Oh, you can see they ran into a telephone pole too. Telephone pole's cracked in half. Let's see, this is the BuzzCon truck. This is nice, an old Ford truck. You think that the person that like fully restored this truck was like, yeah, let's sell it, and then Universal calls them up and like, we'd like to buy it from you, and they're like, good, somebody else that'll love the truck, and then they just put it out here. Oh no, especially this one wasn't fully restored, but you can see they really bammed it up. Holy cow, this one's missing its seats and the whole floor and everything. There's no floor in there. My goodness. So this one was definitely not nicely restored. This one, on the other hand, looks pretty good. And BuzzCon is the company that is from a previous Halloween Horror Nights house called Bugs Eaten Alive. So let's take a look through the scare zone and see what we've got. A florist shop. 1920s florist, see? Oh, you can see the chemicals from BuzzCon have really like eaten away at some of the wood and everything. Oh no, these are real dangerous chemicals. The budget for this scare zone included a lot of classic cars, didn't it? This old Ford, you think somebody will drive this when they're done with Halloween Horror Nights? Like, it's still fully a car. Or do you think they bought like an old rusted one that was going to the junkyard and just painted it? I mean, it doesn't look like it. It looks like this thing was waxed and ready to go and everything. And of course, the ominous license plate, CAC 69. I'm gonna head down this side street where the food trucks are while the Blues Brothers are playing. And then we will continue our kind of peek through this scare zone. For the food booths, we've got a Vault 33 Fallout. So Vault 33, the vault that is underneath the Santa Monica Pier. And this is a Fallout themed food booth. And if we look on the side of the booth, they use some weights to hold it down. You can see there's the Vault Tech logo on the side. So I think no matter what the theme of the food booth, we will always have vines over it, except for the Clown Cafe one didn't have any vines on it, which is interesting. So the vines are what are tying everything together with Halloween Horror Nights. And then next to the Fallout booth, we have a Firefly Funhouse booth here, which will be for the food booth for the Horrors of the Wyatt 6. Firefly Funhouse was Bray Wyatt's eerie kid show that he made up. It was kind of sort of the start of the Wyatt 6. Came around the back of the food booth and I noticed there's another little cloud type thing here. I wonder if that's the rest of the sign or if that's the actual like cooking area where they put together the food. I'm thinking it's the rest of the sign because yeah, the shape still matches the underside of this. So I'm assuming that's the rest of the sign for the Firefly Funhouse. And now that the Blues Brothers are done, we're back in the New York section of the park. We got an old theater here, the stage door in the back, the loading dock. I'm wondering what's gonna be happening here. Nothing else really, you know, as far as like context clues, other than the fact that it's a theater loading dock. So before we continue on, I know I keep jumping in and out of the scare zone, but because we're here, I wanted to head into Sahara Traders because we are believing that this will be the tribute store this year inside of the Palace Arcade. So I'll be looking to this area inside of Sahara Traders, see if you can find anything that's like giving you an idea of what's coming to the tribute store. Because as you can see, they have moved a lot of the merchandise out of the way, so there's a clear shot into this area, which could be for loading, and it could also be for what's to come. Now a little bit further into the New York section, we're heading over to the newsstand here, which is right at the end of Sting Alley. And there's a lot of newspapers here telling about what happened here. Gangster chase goes wrong. Police suspect Diamond Joe Malone and his gang. Police defender missing amidst chaos in the city. Diamond Joe suspected. Oh, cloudy skies with a small chance of drizzle or light flurries. Currently 35 degrees and dropping. Wait a second. Saturday, October 13th, 1928. But if I go over here, it says that it's a balmy, unseasonal 62 degrees, sunny throughout the day with little to no chance of rain. Expected to begin with. What do I believe here? Who's telling the truth? Who's got the real news? Also, I don't really believe this guy anyways, because it says that this newspaper came out Saturday, October 13th, but then it says that the getaway crash happened on Saturday at 10 o'clock at night, basically. So I don't think they're putting out a newspaper on Saturday. This would have been the Sunday newspaper. The story would have been all over the news on Sunday if it happened on Saturday. So I would say that the crash probably happened on Friday. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. BuzzCon Industries responsible, toxic city. BuzzCon spill, citizens turn into monsters. The BuzzCon truck spill results in toxic chemical release. It's hard to do. You guys should try it. But yeah, this is cool. Like, gives you kind of an idea of what's going on. Ooh, rat poison causes mutation. Newest BuzzCon products have monstrous effects. Society woman returns from abroad. We do like that it's October 13th. It's Saturday, October 13th. Not Friday, October 13th, Saturday. I also like that they have like the society topics, Ellis Journal, premium chocolate with chopped almonds. Ooh, that's nice. Pastels. And then just rich milk chocolate. 5 cents. Oof. Give me some. But you can see all the chemicals have spilled down the side of the building. And there's gonna be chemicals everywhere. This probably be run by a mutilated newsboy. And across the way, it looks like we got a bootlegging operation. I don't see any toxic stuff happening here, but maybe there is, you never know. Like maybe this is one of the gangsters in here at his bootlegging operation. So it's official, it's 12:30 right now. This fan is dead. I don't know when it actually died, but it's definitely dead right now. Still feels cool underneath on my neck, so maybe it just died. So it's pretty good actually, 12:30. I'm just kidding, I just checked the battery and it says it's got 10% left, so it's still going. That's probably why it feels cool on my neck still. On my way out, I came into the Universal Studios store inside the park, and they have this Bob and Tim collection, Better Together. And it's just like Bob and Tim on all their adventures together. And it's a little blind box. I don't know, some people have been trying to open them up and see what they are. And these are $20 a piece. I like that they give you the 6 designs plus 1 hidden edition, but then they like show them to you right here. That's the hidden edition. It's him looking up at the clouds, eating cookies and bananas with Tim. On the way out, there's Hello Kitty, Kitty White, hanging out, waiting for anybody to come and meet and greet with her. So there you have it. That was our trip out to Universal Studios, Florida for a Halloween Horror Nights update. I'm very excited for everything coming to Halloween Horror Nights. It's gonna be a fantastic year, and I can't wait for it to begin. It'll be here before you know it. We might be back a couple more times for a few more updates. Soon enough, Halloween Horror Nights will be here. All in all, it was a fantastic day. With that being said, we are off. We'll see you tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.